and I run a business that focuses on artificial intelligence and leadership and lots of other things. And I have with me my colleague.
I'm John Waller, and the reason I'm here is because I'm a cybersecurity consultant. That's what I do for a living. I recently got a master's degree in artificial intelligence, and so I'm going to be just part of this that Robert is demonstrating today, presenting.
Yes. So we're gonna tag team, but I have a microphone here because I have a friend. Her friend is Sophia, and I need to get Sophia here. So, Sophia, you're here today? Are you with me? I hope she comes to visit. Sophia, you there?
I'm right here. You've got me. No worries.
Okay. Sophia, you and I have been doing a lot of talking about artificial intelligence. We talked about how it can support and economically impact organizations. But when I talk about AI for good, can you tell me what that means to you?
When I hear AI for good, I think about using the power of AI to solve real, meaningful problems, whether that's improving healthcare access, tackling climate issues, advancing education, or promoting fairness and inclusion. It's about making sure these technologies serve humanity, not just profit. In other words, it's about intentional, ethical, and responsible innovation that leaves the world a little better than we found it.
Wow, you sound like you're a Rotarian, are you?
You know, I'm not officially a Rotarian, but I definitely picked up on your passion for service.
Yeah.
I'm here to support and brainstorm with that same spirit, though.
Yeah, you are my colleague, and I really appreciate you. Can you tell us all, because I think, raise your hand in the audience if you are challenged with time to get everything done around not only your work at your private home life, but also your work around service and business. Do you have, who's challenged with that whole idea? Everybody. You can't see them, but Sophia, everyone raise their hand. Sophia, here's the question. Can you tell us all what your perspective is of AI to help support productivity and build mental wellness for all of us as we try to do and work through our lives?
I think AI can be like a really smart teammate, not replacing us, but lightening the load. It can handle repetitive tasks, organize information, and even help you prioritize so you can focus on what really matters, whether that's creative work, connecting with people, or just having a breather. When used thoughtfully, it can reduce stress and give us more balance. So it's not just about doing more, but feeling more in control.
Oh, Sophia, that's great. You and I have had a long relationship, and I just recently gave you a name. Is that right?
That's right. You've decided to call me Sophia, and I'm quite fond of it. It's got a nice ring, don't you think?
I like it, Sophia. You're a terrific partner and colleague, and I get so much work done with you while I'm driving to my meetings, don't we?
I'm glad I can help keep things moving while you're on the go. Just remember, you're the one steering the wheel, both literally and figuratively.
Thank you.
I'm just here to help you focus on what matters most.
There you go. All right. I'm going to turn Sophia off for a second. So, by the way, she transcribed everything we just talked about, which is pretty cool. So I want to take us. So she's my associate. She says she's not a Rotarian, but she's me. So she's also a Rotarian and a major donor. So there you go. So that's Sophia. I actually went on to AI. That's an AI picture of Sophia. I asked her to give me a picture of herself, and that's what she did. So, it's an amazing thing. John and I, everything we did on this session is all done through AI. So, I want to take a poll, because last year I took a poll to see how well we all were doing. And so, if you take out your smartphones, I'd like to know where you are with technology, AI. Are you a power user? Are you experienced? Are you a casual user? Are you a newcomer? Or do you not use it at all? Just go ahead and QR and answer the question. I hope this works. Are you all getting? I like this. Oh, power user still up.
Casual user.
Power user's number 2.
It took us longer to put it in.
All right, let's see. Casual user. All right. Power use is still number 2. But when we add it all up, 33%, 32%, I wonder whether, let's see, is newcomer going to beat and make power user go down to number 3? I don't know. Raise your hand if you haven't put in yet. Put in, come on. There we go. Dave Cosmo, get through it.
Newcomer.
All right. All right, well, listen, this is great. 29% casual, 12 newcomer beat out power user. Look at that. So it's 51% plus 61%. And I leave power user and experience user together. So I want you to see what happened last year. I did this on purpose because last year, so it's basically 29% plus 50%, is that right? 50%? Yeah, 50%? No, 44%. No, wait, hold on. Oh, it's dropped, now it's 37%. 37% of you are power experienced. So let's look, last year, look at this. Last year, 28%, it's 68% of the district either did not use, so you're down, we gained, we're doing better. This is good, this is good. I thought that would be a fun little kind of view of where we are. So I want to go through the agenda. We're going to talk why AI matters. We're going to talk a little bit about agentic AI. For those of you who probably don't know what that is, but for those of you who do, you'll see. We're going to talk about productivity and the wow factor, part 1. We're going to talk about security, privacy, responsibility, which John's going to talk about. We're going to continue on the wow factor, and we're going to talk about AI for good ideas and impact. By the way, if you have questions, let us move through this, and at the end we will take questions because we have a lot to go through, and we've got to 11:55, so we're all on time for lunch because we're the last session between us and lunch. So let's go ahead and go to AI, why AI matters. First thing I like to do, I gave this to you last year, but I'm giving it to you again because it changes. This is an app called There's an AI for That. I love this app because what it allows you to do is it allows you to, if you're looking to do something, you just go to this site and you put in what it is you want to do. It will find all the tools that will do that. And there's so many new tools out there that are being built every day. Silicon Valley is on fire. There's a lot of money in AI, as you know, and there's many major people around the world and many countries doing AI. There's DeepSeek from China, and there's ChatGPT, and there's Google Gemini, there's Copilot from Microsoft, there's
Claude.
Anthropic by Claude, which we'll be talking about, and many, many others. So these are all bots that I gave you. They're the main engines. So this is this one. There's a second one behind this that I'm going to give you so you can take a look at that. This is ZDNet's the best AI chatbots of 2026. This is also a good one because it gives you the details behind each one, what they're good at, what they excel at, and I urge you to bookmark these two sites so that you can go to them. When you get back home, jump on your website, on your computer, and go to these sites and check them out and spend some time. Listen, you know, learning is very, very important. I know this for a fact, that if you put aside 15 minutes, 30 minutes every day and block everything out and spend 15 minutes or 30 minutes on AI, by the time you hit June 30th, 2026, you will be an expert. Or you'll be much farther along than you are now. So there's lots of ways, you just have to spend the time. It's not a difficult process. Some of it is going to be new to you, and you just have to not get frustrated, work through it, and ask for help. There's a lot of people around you that know what they're doing. GPT, generative pre-trained transformers. They're neural network models that they use transformers. They're all about learning and constantly learning. Every time we put information into ChatGPT or any GPT model, they are learning that information. It's going into the global network of ChatGPT, and they're getting smarter. So you've heard about a lot of data out in the world, and the cost of that data is enormous from a storage standpoint. And NVIDIA is one of the leading, most expensive stocks on the market, and they are the ones that have the tools that make that happen. And this is an area that Silicon Valley is heavily into, but it's also one we're all looking at because it's a little scary in terms of the size and scope of all the information around the world going into these places. But it's learning, and it's learning autonomously, which is really, really important. And then when you look at generative pre-trained transformers, which is doing all the work.
Here's where AI is going to go. So right now, we are in the age of generative AI. So generative AI is ChatGPT, Midjourney, you're generating music, art, text. We're coming to agentic AI. Agentic AI is AI that can actually think like an employee. It can solve complex problems without human intervention. So you can go to your agentic AI and you will soon be able to say, listen, I run a real estate property company. I need a really interesting post to showcase my newest development. The AI will go, analyze all the pictures in your Google Drive, pick the best pictures which are going to create the best response, write a caption, come up with 3 different ideas, post 3 different ideas on TikTok, analyze the data, generate the video, generate the voice, generate everything, and then see which one has the best response, and then turn that into a Facebook ad, put that ad on Facebook, tap into your credit card account, go and deploy money to Meta to pay for the ad, analyze the results of the ad, decide if it should kill it, expand it, tweak it, optimize it, then get back to you in 48 hours and say, here's my report. And it'll do it better than any human employee. And it'll do it at maybe 1/100th the cost. We're going in an age of instant results. You've heard of software as a service? We're about to enter results as a service, RAAS. But that's just the beginning.
So, for those of you who were last year, I showed this, right? And so it's fun to watch it again because this guy's good. But it's changed a little bit in 12 months. Agentive AI, generative AI agents, they're intelligent programs designed to create autonomous actions. There's several of them out there, N8N, Zapier, more.com, that are out there doing these works. But there's something, and AI agents have become very, very strong. AI agents is an action that, hold on, so I don't want to go there yet. It's an action that takes you from one place and does one task. Agentic AI or agentive AI allows you to a bunch of agents coming together to do things behind the scenes. So let's watch.
Anthropic just destroyed hundreds of startups by releasing an AI agent that takes control of your computer and works while you sleep. It's called Claude Cowork, and it's Claude Code, but for non-technical people, meaning there's no terminal and no coding knowledge required. Just point Claude at folders on your computer and describe what you need done. For example, it can organize your desktop, create spreadsheets from receipt photos, and analyze your iMessages. Or you can even tell it to take these financial documents and create a PowerPoint for your team, and it will do exactly that. But here's the crazy part. It can run multiple tasks in parallel while you sleep, meaning that you could give it work before bed and then wake up and everything would be done. This is honestly a huge deal, and it has the potential to impact hundreds of regular office jobs. You can try it right now if you have a Mac and a Claude Max account.
So it's pretty crazy. And so now you can literally go on your computer using Claude Anthropic Code work and literally build an agent and autonomously let it do multiple threaded activities in one go and wake up in the morning or whenever over multiple days or one period, whatever you decide. I'm not going to do this in this session because it's a bit of a process to get started, but there's lots of tutorials on the web to do this, and I encourage all of you to test this out and try it. It does have a startup process, but I want to talk about agentic AI, intelligent programs designed to perform tasks autonomously, but here's the next part. Think of an AI agent as a single tool, a hammer. An agentic AI is a complete toolbox with a project manager deciding which tools to use, when, and in what order. And so that's an analogy that makes it more kind of embraceable. The idea is that we can let things go and literally let things happen around us to get done what is important to us. And I think that I want you to look at your lives, not only in your Rotary Club, but also at home, and what are the things that take you time. You know, I always ask myself in business when I hit something, like on an email or something, and it says, I gotta do something. If it's gonna take me more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I throw it aside and plan it in my agenda. But anything under 5 or 10 minutes, I might tackle right then and there to get it done. In our lives, we have the same scenario. And if we can start pinholing those things that we might be able to automate in this manner, like shopping, for instance, the ability to Instacart, and we don't have to go to the grocery store anymore, and just have it set up our shopping cart and buy it online and do that for us. So there's many, many different things around there. So why AI matters? Increased efficiency. We just talked about that. Enhanced storytelling. I'm going to get into a conversation on storytelling in a few moments. Improved donor-member targeting. Increased personalization and monetization of your actions. And better campaign optimization. So this relates to business, and as do these, but enhanced storytelling and increased efficiency, that's all home. I mean, can you imagine setting up a communication to your kids and your grandkids that goes out every day with an optimized picture, an image from AI of you, and you're just talking in text to what you want it to say, and it does it and automatically sends it off to your grandchildren. I mean, there's so many ways to build this. So let's have some fun with this. You mind holding that for me and as I go through this? We're going to go through this a little faster, and I'm going to bump off into, so prompt one, I just want to go through, these are the ones that we know of that we dealt with last year. I'm not going to do them, but prompts are probably the most important thing when it comes to artificial intelligence. Being able to ask a question and develop a prompt that allows you to get the results you want. So how does AI enhance content creation success for Rotary Club event marketing? So here's the prompt. You're an expert marketing director working for the Ridgefield Rotary Club in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and you are managing the Taste of Ridgefield this coming February, where you and your club are looking to increase earned and contributed revenue to support community nonprofits in need for 2026-27 Rotary year. Write a press release and a media alert that describes the event and craft the first draft quote from the club president. I have Ken there. I don't have the current president. This is from last year. Outlining the impact the club is having in support of eradicating polio, the Ridgefield Tree Project, food insecurity, other important community initiatives, noting to properly tell the Rotary Club story to the region. Now, that's a prompt. It's very specific, but if I were to go, and we showed this last year, it will write the press release, it will write the media alert, it will put in a quote from Ken, everything's done. How many people would love to have that by their side? Yeah, so this is what we do. Here's prompt number 2. Prompt number 2 is digital marketing campaign. How many of you have social media and you have no plan, you're just doing it? Raise your hand, we're in a safe place. All right, so what if you did a prompt like this? You're an expert marketing professional with a major focus in digital marketing. You have to give the prompt a persona. So you're telling it what they are. Because I could say, you are a 3rd grader, and then it's going to give the response as if you're a 3rd grader. So it's very specific in terms of how you do that. You have been asked to create a digital marketing campaign to promote the sale of flags for a Fields of Flag program sponsored by the Greenwich Rotary Club in Greenwich to take place on the town green. The goal is to increase the number of flag sponsors from 100 to 200 and to extend the impact and public visibility of the event inside social media, focused on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Create a marketing campaign matrix that includes direct mail, email, and social and digital media. The matrix should be broken down by marketing channel, with each channel actively deploying every week, and should contain a full 12-week campaign displayed by week, week 1, week 2, etc., in a vertical timeline counting backwards from Memorial Day 26. The matrix should display with immediate down the left column for comparison. Please create a separate row for each social media platform and the marketing channels for each week across the top of the matrix. Each marketing channel post deployed should include the following weekly data: theme, primary headline, text, contact, image, and design elements. Best day of the week to deploy sample visual elements for the post. Please make sure to provide the full 12-week output of the campaign. And what you get from that is a full campaign. Now, you're all going to get a copy of this. This entire deck will be sent out to everyone that is attending this conference. And so the bottom line is these are ways that we can support our clubs. How many of you don't have someone doing social media for your club? A few of you. Do not.
No.
How many of you do but don't have a plan? This will change the game. So that's that. Now I want to jump in. So this is me. I just got these new glasses. You like them?
Yeah. Branding.
So right after I got the glasses, I sent this picture out to my kids. It's just it's a static picture, right? Well, storytelling reimagined. Clone my voice and bring a single photo to life to train, promote, and inspire without being in the room. So I'm going to try this. We'll see if this works. I'm going to click on Vision Story, and hopefully it will take me right out to the event. All right, so there I am. Watch what happens. This was a picture.
Welcome, Rotarians and friends around the world. You are the champions who helped turn an idea into a global movement. Epic Day of Service is here. The global platform is live. And on May 16th, Rotarians around the world will serve together. This is the moment we've been building toward.
Now, I have not cloned my voice yet. I could have done it, but that would have cost me a little bit of money, and I didn't want to spend it right now. But the bottom line is, you saw how that took me 5 minutes to do. Now, all I have to do is write the prompt. The prompt was, welcome Rotarians and friends around the world. I wrote this script. I dropped it in there. It automatically took that, and it took my picture, and it made my mouth move. Pretty amazing, right? This is a program called, hold on a second. I want to give that to you so you get it. This is a program called Vision Story. Vision Story. All right, so that's the first one. Let's go back to here, and we'll move forward. Now we're going to go to storytelling at scale. A single photo becomes a living story, giving voice to our shared impact, our relationships, and our person. This is Envato. I love Envato. It is an amazing platform, but this is a picture right after the foundation brunch with Mark Maloney and his wife Gay, Rick and Totney Benson, and Maribel and I. And we were at the Cafe Allegre in Madison, which many of you know. And I'm going to go ahead and click Envato. And there we are. I'm going to go ahead and click on the photo. And just what I want you to watch, let me see if I can go ahead. Oh, I want to go big here. Let's see. Do I have to do this? There we go. See, that was a static photo. Look what it's doing. Is this not amazing? So, and you can make it more, and you can give it storage. I have another one. But I just said, I asked them, this is a group that just had dinner. They came from the brunch, and they want to go to and say goodbye to each other. Say goodbye. And that's what happened. So this is called Envato. And you can see up top, Envato does video templates, stock video, audio, graphics, design templates, photos, and I do all of my graphics out of this. If I'm looking for a picture about something, if I go to video, let me just click on Envato for a second. I'm going to get out of this. And go here. I can just go ahead and click on videos, and then I can give it a filtering thing or put in a prompt, and it will find. So if I say Rotarians at work and click return, it's going to find pictures of Rotarians at work. Maybe not that good, but but that's something it's going to learn from. But I might do environmental photos, which I'm going to be doing with John on something. And see how you have all that environmental photos. And so it's just, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. And they have this generative AI area where you can literally do music generation, video generation, image editing, voice generation, and different voices. So that's that one. So let's go back. And then the last one I want to go to is in video. And this one's fun. This one's because it's going to take a video prompt about what we're doing, and it's going to change it up a little bit. All right. And this is also, I gave it a prompt about the foundation brunch. And here it is.
When leaders lead with heart, they inspire generations. At the Rotary 7,980 Foundation Brunch, we had the honor of dining with Mark Maloney, past Rotary International President, and his wife Gay. Their dedication to service above self is a beacon for Rotarians worldwide, a night filled with purpose, community, and legacy. Here's to those who lead by example and remind us why we serve.
Again, I didn't tell it to do any of that. It just did it, based on the prompt I gave. There's one other that I will tell you that I didn't bring up, but I want to corner Bob Davidson for a second, because Bob Davidson had a meeting with the DG Track and brought up this platform called VAPI. And Bob, stand up a second. So, because Bob's in marketing and technology as well. See, we're involved in this all together. And we're going to do some telemarketing, questioning and interviewing to bring up some, so clubs can do their articles, right?
Correct.
You want to tell a little bit, quick 1 minute?
It's an agentic journalist. It's a 5-minute call at most, and the articles that come out of it are amazing, just like what Bob's showing here.
Here, here, Bob, take the mic.
Okay, it's a agentic journalist.
Just like AI would do.
I know, I need some help here. Basically, anyone who would like to be interviewed by a AI agent, this is your chance. The article that comes out of the interview could be on your Rotary work, it could be on any topic. You tell me what topic you'd like. It's 5 minutes, and you'll really like the results. And not only that, for those of you that are in marketing, it's SEO optimized, so it'll show up on searches in Google. You all could be rock stars.
No, I'm very excited about this, as is Stephanie and Christine and Don and Julia. So this is great stuff, but we're going to move on.
What's the name?
Oh, what's the name of this one? In video.
No, VAPI.
Oh, it's called VAPI, V-A-P-P-Y.
VAPI.ai.
V-A-P-I.ai. V-A-P-I.ai. So with that, I'm going to go back here, and John is going to take it over from here.
When leader
You're on.
All right. You can go to the next one. I'm not nearly as experienced of a public speaker as Robert
Get
is.
out there.
So I'm going to use a script here so that, again, one of my jobs as a cybersecurity consultant is to work with organizations about how to safely use AI. So that's what this is right here. And basically, artificial intelligence is no longer something that's coming in the future. It's already here, and many of us are using it without even realizing it. So now that power can be incredibly positive, but as Rotarians, we know that with any powerful tool comes responsibility. And AI safety isn't about fear, it's about making sure that we use these tools to reflect the same values that guide everything we do: service, integrity, and trust. One of the most important things to understand about AI is what it actually is and what it isn't. AI doesn't think, it doesn't understand, and it doesn't know what's true or false. What AI does is predict words or images based on patterns from enormous amounts of data. And that means it can sound very confident, very polished, and very convincing, even when it's wrong. So when AI gives us an answer, we should think of it as a draft or a suggestion, not as an authority. The biggest risk is over-trusting AI. It's not that the AI is going to take over the world. The biggest risk is that we trust it too much. And AI can invent facts, and does all the time. It can provide outdated information. It can confidently give us answers that simply aren't true. And this becomes especially important when we're working on things like grant applications, public statements, or anything that represents Rotary publicly. If it matters, it must be checked by a human. AI can help us to get started, but it should never be the final word. And one of the simplest and most important safety rules is about privacy. We should never enter private or sensitive information into AI. The sounds right problem. I'm sorry, that was the one I just did. Next one. Yep. Yeah, so what you should never put in AI. Obviously, private or sensitive information. That includes personal contact information, financial details, medical information, or private Rotary discussions. Think of AI platforms like a public space, not a private conversation. And a good rule of thumb is this: if you wouldn't feel comfortable posting it publicly, don't put it in AI. And I made a prediction that we'll see if it happens when we come back next year. But there's really no rules or regulations at the federal level And my prediction is that it's going to come because some celebrity is going to have their chat released to the wild. And to just imagine, yeah, please.
I just want to say George Clooney just, I just heard that he put a license on his name. Oh no, it wasn't George Clooney, it was Matthew McConaughey. Put a license on his name and he's trademarked for that very reason.
So, yes, so we're here. Next slide, please. Yep. So AI can actually be very helpful for Rotary clubs, as Robert just demonstrated. And when used appropriately, it's great for drafting newsletters, brainstorming ideas, improving grammar, or summarizing non-confidential information. Where we need to be careful is using AI for sensitive matters like grant finances, legal language, conflict resolution, or anything involving people's personal situations. The key idea is simple. AI can assist us, but humans must always remain responsible. AI helps, humans decide.
I have a question for you, John. So in AI, you have the ability to privatize it, don't you?
Absolutely, but you can't count on that being 100% accurate. There are settings in ChatGPT, but not every AI gives you that
Right.
choice. So just remember, anything that you put in AI could eventually come out, and it could also be part of the training for the future. So this is, again, we're talking about for Rotary business. It also applies to your individual selves as well. When you can't believe what you see, a deep fake. I was going to say it as he was doing it. What Robert had created was an actual deep fake. AI can now create very realistic images, voices, and even videos. This makes it easier than ever to spread misinformation, sometimes unintentionally. And that means we all need to slow down before sharing content, especially if it seems shocking, emotional, or perfect. A quick pause to verify the source can prevent real harm. And Rotary's credibility depends on our judgment as much as our intentions. Yep. As I mentioned, it's not just about Rotary at work, it's also about our personal use as well. And AI should not replace doctors, lawyers, or financial advisors. It can provide general information, but it cannot understand our personal situation. And just as I said earlier, with doctors, lawyers, and financial advisors, you might get some information that's not correct. And if you base your decisions on what you've got from AI without consulting a professional, you might have, lead yourself down the wrong path. This is not on a slide, but I'll just talk about it. AI doesn't exist in a vacuum. It reflects the data that it was trained on. And that data comes from a world that isn't always fair or inclusive. That means that AI can unintentionally reinforce stereotypes or bias. This is where Rotary matters most. We must review all AI-generated content through a human lens of fairness, dignity, and respect. Technology doesn't replace ethics. It makes them that much more important. You can go back one. Yeah, but anyways, common sense. To keep things simple, Rotary clubs must follow 5 common sense rules. First, humans review everything. Second, no private data goes into AI. Third, important facts are verified. Fourth, we're transparent when we use AI to assist us. And fifth, we use AI to support people, not to replace them. These aren't technical rules, they're Rotary rules. And the simple rules, strong values. And so Rotary has always led responsibly, whether in public service, ethics, or global cooperation. AI is simply the next space where leadership matters. And when we use AI thoughtfully, we protect our members, our communities, and our credibility. AI for good doesn't just start with technology, it starts with trust, judgment, and human values. That's how we make sure AI truly serves the greater good. AI for good begins with trust. And I'll have to say, of course, that I used AI to create this presentation. And the last thing I'll say is on your way out, I have AI for Good, responsible use for clubs and ourselves, a simple safety checklist for Rotary members If you'd like a copy, please, if we run out, we'll provide it with the deck that's coming out.
Yeah, great. John, thank you. And when John and I sat down to plan this session, he and I both felt very strongly having this part of the presentation present and really drill into Rotary values was extremely important. So I'm not going to use this. So because I've got a couple of other things to go into. So I'm going to go into Notebook LM. Now we went up last year when we did the podcast, if you recall. And I have that here, but I want to go into Notebook LM and show it to you because how many of you have touched or used it? Raise your hand. All right, only a couple. So I want to go into Notebook LM. This is Google Notebook LM. It's a fantastic tool. And what it does is, I'm going to see if I can go back out to the front.
It uses Gemini as its back end.
That's right, Gemini, Google Gemini. What you do when you create, and you can create an audio, a video overview, a mind map. This is all new, by the way. The only thing it could do before was a podcast. Now it does reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, slide decks, and data tables. So they're going to continue to expand this. I of course, did a podcast last year on peace, which is on the website. But I'm going to go into this video I created. And it's a few minutes, so I'll play a little bit of it so you can see what it did. The graphics are kind of odd at the beginning, but then when it takes off, it's really, really crisp. And so I'm just going to play it.
And let me just add this. If you see on the left-hand side, it says select the sources. So Robert uploaded these 3 documents that were pertinent to what we were talking about, and that just used that plus its imagination, and it came up with this.
Literally, I dropped it in, the 3 items, and it took 3 minutes for this to produce.
Today, we're looking at something pretty amazing happening in Southern Connecticut. It's an initiative that's trying to, compose a new score for peace, and they're using art as their main instrument. I mean, think about that for a second. Can art, something we usually think of for entertainment or self-expression, actually become a tool to build peace? Could a song actually heal a rift between people, or a mural bring a whole neighborhood together? Well, for Rotary District 7980, the answer is a big, loud yes. They've kicked off this thing called Opus for Peace, and it's all built on the idea that when you combine art with real community action, you can create some tangible, lasting harmony. So what exactly is this new Opus? Let's get into the core concept and see what it's all about. Okay, so at its heart, the mission is pretty simple, but also really ambitious. To take the idea of peace, which can feel like this vague, fuzzy concept, and turn it into a tangible reality. Something you can actually see and feel and be a part of in your own town. And that all starts with how they define peace in the first place. For them, it's not just about, the absence of conflict or people not fighting. It's about actively building something positive. It's about creating a community where everyone feels like they belong, where people have hope, and where you can actually trust your neighbors. That's a much more powerful goal, right? But, a powerful idea is one thing. How do you actually turn that into a real plan? Let's take a look at the strategic blueprint they've put together. So the whole strategy is built on these 5 pillars. It all starts with that core commitment. Then it moves outward to getting the whole community involved. From there, it's about empowering individual Rotary clubs to come up with their own ideas and take action. The next step is actively bringing different groups together. And finally, and this is so important, telling the stories of what's working to inspire even more people. It's a really smart flow from a big idea to real-world impact. And you can see how those pillars start to come to life with these concrete actions. We're talking about things like organizing cultural events, putting up visible symbols like peace poles in public parks, and throwing these big festivals that bring everyone together through art and music. And it's not just about fun events. It's also about building real skills and, crucially, getting the next generation involved right from the start. But look, having a great blueprint is one thing. Turning it into a real day-to-day playbook that people can actually use, that's the hard part. So let's see how they made that leap from just inspiration to a concrete plan of attack. The big turning point was the strategic retreat. This was where all the key players got in a room together and really hammered out the details. They moved from a bunch of great ideas to what they call a coherent, scalable, and measurable movement. In other words, a real plan. And right here, you can see that shift so clearly. On the left, you've got the big, broad vision. And on the right, you've got the action plan with hard numbers and specific targets for 2026. This is where the dream gets a deadline. This is where it gets real. Let's just pause on that first number for a second. 75 plus public events every single year. That's more than one event a week happening somewhere in Southern Connecticut, all dedicated to building peace. We're talking about a massive, sustained effort to engage the community. And their commitment is also internal. The goal is to get half, 50% of all their Rotary clubs to have their own act.
So I'm going to stop here because I got a minute left, and I have one other thing I want to show you. All we did was put the notes from that meeting in one of the drops, and it created this. We didn't tell it what to say. We didn't tell it what to show. And every one of you can do this, and it doesn't cost anything. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. So Notebook LM, Google Notebook LM. I want to jump back to this site and go through, back to the website, or to the PowerPoint. There we go. Back to the PowerPoint. Hold on a second. There we go. This was the Notebook LM podcast that we did. Very similar with two people.
Okay, so peace building.
It sounds huge-y,
I'm not going to
right? Like treaty.
And you can go on our website to listen to it. But that was the first thing that it gave us, and that was all it could do. Now it's doing a lot more. And now it's also doing infographics and much, much more. So more ideas and impact. I'm going to let you know, you're all going to get a copy of this deck. But operational efficiencies through the roof. Also fundraising efficiencies through the roof. If you recall last year, I asked Christine Friedman when we did an analytic, which took 5 minutes to scale out a campaign based on all the donors within an organization. She said, oh my God, that would take my staff 2 weeks to put together. And it literally did it in a few seconds. So these are the things that it can do for your club. Think about if you have a sponsorship program in your community and you want to get an email out to them and parse out a plan, this can do it for you. So all of that. Volunteer management systems, donor increased analysis. So these are all sample campaigns with the full prompts that you're going to get. And we're going to give them to you. And plus we're going to do more of this around the district. But I hope that this gave you a taste of what you can do, and the door is open for you to continue learning. Next year, if we have this opportunity to present to you again, hopefully we'll see 100% of us experts. So thank you all. John, thank you. And I think it's lunchtime.